Yes, 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 guys. How are we all doing? Right. Um, I'm doing a live today. I love doing lives. I've been away for the weekend. It was lovely, but I thought I'd get back on here and come and speak to you guys, give you as much kind of value as possible. Now, let me know when you are on. Come say hello. It'd be great to hear from you. I'm expecting plenty of questions. I'm expecting plenty of debate, even feedback. Just let me know exactly what you think. I hate it being a one-way conversation. I really, really do. Particularly when it's kind of important stuff that I'm going to be delivering around you, your career, letting you know how it all works. Okay. Now, the one thing that I find that is very much misunderstood is how actually agencies work. Now, I'm an agent and I specialize with or in, I specialize in emerging talent. Okay. And the majority of actors do. Now, let me tell you how all of this works. It's a strange one because most people do not understand them. And we're talking about particularly the UK. So, for one, right, a few of you had better start saying hello because a few people have joined and no one said hello yet. So, let me hear from you. Give me a good morning. All right. Because I'm saying good morning to you and I'm delivering this value. So, I want at least somebody to come on and say good morning before I even start. Okay. How are we all? I hope we well. And then I'm going to get straight into the value. So, here's the thing. One of the things that people just do not understand is there's probably about 3 tiers of agencies in the UK. The first tier is, look, we have, hello, thank you, Natasha. There we go. The first tier of agency is, in this country, we've got kind of like a top 6, top 7 agencies, right? And they have the established actors, the household names. The problem is a lot of actors are starting out. But a lot of the actors that are starting out kind of expect to be dealt with or expect to have the same opportunity as those actors that are with the top 6 agencies. But the point is until you become an established actor, you're not going to really be with the top 6 agencies. I'm going to tell you how it actually works. So the majority of you guys will be emerging talent. You'll be emerging actors. And emerging actors get with, maybe in the first instance, they'll get with like an extras agency or something like that just to get a feel for it. Then they will get with maybe a commercial agency that maybe does a few TV roles. And then you'll get with an agency like ours, which specializes in emerging talent. But really, we're just kind of like submission engines. We just do lots and lots and lots of submissions, all right? And then you'll hope to get enough roles or big enough roles that actually you get talked about. And effectively, one of the big 6 agencies will just swoop in and get you. You know? They'll just come and get you. There's nothing an agency like ours can do. We'll say, no, but they will just come and get you. And we're like, we've had so many actors that we've helped emerge and then they've just kind of gone on to one of the big 6 agencies. We have no problem with that. It's great. But actors have to be realistic. Now, if you've just got like a couple of credits or you're starting out, and you're kind of like ringing your agent who's like maybe on about our level, going, well, why haven't you got me an audition for Star Wars? Get me in the room. I'll be honest with you. Okay. Star Wars are probably going to go to one of the top 6 agencies. It happens. It's just the way it is, I'm afraid. Okay. They go for established actors. You've got to emerge first. The top 6, because of the top 6 agencies as well, phone calls go backwards and forward all the time between the agents and these big production houses and all of this stuff. It's just a different level. I'm afraid it's the truth. Now, people say, well, if you're an agent, why don't you get people in the room? Look, I'm quite lucky in the fact that I've been in this industry a while. Okay. And I do manage to speak to a lot of casting directors. I do a lot of work with casting directors. I, employ casting directors to do certain things, right? So I do speak to a lot of casting directors. But in terms of the kind of types of roles and things that everyone says, well, I should be in that room. I should be. You should ring round. Listen, the majority of emerging casting agencies that the majority of you are with, I'm afraid, and here's the absolute truth, that a lot of casting directors just do not accept calls. They use Spotlight, they use submission engines to take the submissions. Okay? And that's the truth. Who do they accept calls from? Listen, if it's one of the agents from the big six casting agents, guess what? They accept their call. Why? Because they need them, because they have all the established actors, the names. All right. What do you think about that, guys? Okay. What do you think about that? Give me the truth. All right. What do agencies like ours do? We're submission engines. We just go bang, 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 and we absolutely just spend every single day joining up actors, emerging actors with roles, and we just do it. And all the agencies, and this is what annoys me when like actors just go, I'm getting another agent. I just don't feel like they get me enough. Listen, the other agent that you move to, if they're not one of the big six agencies, can't do much more than say what the next agent does or the next agent, because that's the reality of a kind of second tier agent. It's just the way it works. So when you're getting annoyed and going to another agent, really it doesn't make any difference. I promise you. This is from my experience. The actual truth is most actors in that situation that are getting annoyed and saying, I'm moving agents. So I was like, from my experience, you really, really actually should be looking at yourself and going, why is my CV, my headshot, my showreel not popping? Why, as an emerging talent, is my headshot and my showreel material and my credits and all of this stuff, the wording, all of it, why is it not resonating with casting directors to help me emerge and get some of those roles that I need? Do you need to niche down more? Do you need to show that you are of a certain niche, that you are of, So these are the types of questions you need to be asking. Not why is my agent not able to get me in the room, when really of a certain level, there's no phone calls accepted, really. It's just submission engine after submission engine. All right. Like I say, we're lucky. Now, if you haven't got an agent at all, then you're struggling. But how do you get an agent? Look, you've got to be on Spotlight. We're in a lucky position whereby I'm an agent and an acting coach. So if you come to my training organization, I can recommend you for Spotlight. Okay. I'm in a very rare position like that. It's great. Emmanuel, you've asked this question a lot. Actually, I've seen it pop up. What is this question? Is it true that a certain number of agencies have closed down their doors because of financial issues, pressures caused by the... That's a very, very, very USA centric kind of question, really. I've not noticed it in this country. In the US, probably. But then again, you've got to remember it's business. Agencies close down all the time for different and various reasons. And I'm sure they will pin it on all sorts of varying reasons, including the strikes. Okay. And, the industry as a whole. Business is business, and it's just the way it works. But nothing really that's affecting anything, particularly in this country. It's not really an issue, but agencies in this country close down all the time as well. It's hard work. If you aren't one of the big six agencies with all the established actors, when you're just dealing with emerging talent, you do a lot of work for very, very little in return. That's why I'm in a lucky position that actually the main core of my business is a huge training organization for actors with an agency that then helps represent those actors and help them emerge, and kind of then we look to pass them on to one of the big six agencies. Now, look, has anyone got any questions about that? That's the truth. It's the truth. When you, I think I mentioned, when you kind of getting a bit frustrated and saying, right, I've got to leave an agent, I'm going to go to the next one. They're not doing anything much different. Okay, you've got to really question yourself as to what you are doing, and you've got to really make sure that you understand that. Look, it's probably me. Listen, 99% of the time, when an actor is frustrated and they don't feel like they're getting enough auditions, it is the actor that needs to do more, not the agency. The agencies are not going to send you off for things, or so not going to submit you for things. It's just not worth it for their business model. It really isn't. Not worth it. They're going to do it. So if you're not getting the auditions you feel you deserve, it's because you need to do a lot more. An agent will take, 20%, let's call it, right? Are you doing the other 80% of the work? Particularly if you're not working or you're not acting and they're submitting you every single day, are you doing enough? All right? As an agent, all right, of an emerging talent who's not working all the time and earning me loads of money, I want you to be working 5 times harder than I am. Are you doing that? So say if I'm submitting you every single day for work, plus giving you bits of advice on your showreel and stuff like that, I'm working really hard for you. What are you doing? Okay? How to avoid internal agency competition? That's a strange question. Internal agency. So that's competition within an agency with different actors. Is that what you mean? Look, there should never be competition in this industry. Why? Because there's only one you. And if you ever feel like you're competing with somebody, it's because you are not selling or marketing what makes you individual. You're not doing it enough. There's a huge tip. It's called finding your niche and then marketing in it and advertising it. If you feel any amount of competition within an agency or within another actor, you're not showing your niche enough. All right. I hope that answers that question. Okay. So there we are. Yeah, I definitely answered your question, Alexander. Is it better as a northern actor? It's better to have a northern agent if casting directors are looking for northern talent. I would say as an emerging actor, not an established actor. An established actor, you're going to have a London agent. There's just no getting over it because they're all in London. All right. An emerging talent, I would say yes. I would say, look, with the emerging talent, the reason why is if they're looking for like northern accents and stuff like that, they may dip into away from the big six agencies. They may dip into a northern agency, right? Because I found this loads within MZA because we've got a lot of Yorkshire-based talent. Obviously, we have class in London. We've got a lot of London talent all over, but we have got Yorkshire-based talent, and they know me for being the northern acting coach. So yeah, they'll dip in, and they will. So sometimes they'll come away from the big six agencies to when something's a bit more niche, like northern actors. And so they'll come in and go, right, we want northern talent, like Yorkshire talent. We had some Game of Thrones auditions, for instance, and things like that back in the day, just because they're coming in and looking for northern talent. And that's huge, isn't it? You'd expect Game of Thrones to be straight up big six agencies, but because it was northern accents and, they did dip into some of the kind of second tier agencies, which is great. Okay. So I hope that particularly, if anyone's got any more questions, I'm probably going to stick around for another couple of minutes because I'm actually enjoying some of these questions. I'm enjoying myself. All right. But that's a really good question. Alexanderson or Alex Anderson. Yes, like it. Okay. But yeah, that is a very, very good point. Now, all I would say is, as I'm finishing off here, is if you haven't got an agent, the best way to start to get an agent and to get with a good agent as well is to come to an organization like ours. An actor should always be training. Don't think you have ever finish training. The most frustrating thing I ever see is actors that think they are above training, and they go, "Oh, I've done my training," and they think it's done. The best actors never stop. Never stop. Okay. So if you want an agency that's, a second tier emerging talent, and you haven't got an agent already, we will represent, or we do represent, all our clients and all our students. We're in London, we're online, we're everywhere. So have a free trial on me. It's www.mzacting.com/200 trials. So I'll put the link in. All right, in the chat on Instagram, and I've already put it in the description, okay, on Facebook, etc. But we do represent people, and we do an incredibly good job as well. All right, let's have a quick look at this. Is the reason why casting directors have an exclusive list of agents due to making it easier to cast talent due to the Spotlight database for actors being too big and large? Yes, I know what you're coming to, Emmanuel. Yes, basically, what some casting directors have is what's called a preferred agents list, and effectively they send breakdowns and spotlights to certain agencies that they have dealt with and that they have a relationship with. Some casting directors do that; the majority don't. Okay. All the top 6 agencies will always be on the preferred client list, okay? And that's just a given, all right? So I hope that answers your question. Right, much love, everyone. If you've missed any of this, just make sure you kind of sit down, rewatch, have a cuppa, and it will be available all over social media. But apart from that,